much. Thank you for coming out to our Obon celebration, and thank you for having us participate in the demonstration here with karate. What we're going to show you is a little bit of Shotokan karate. It's a Japanese style of karate. It was brought about by an Okinawan gentleman by the name of Gichin Funakoshi. Master Funakoshi started probably one of the major groups of karate in Japan, the JKA, Japan Karate Association. So what we're going to tell you is like a little bit of taste of what we do in class. Basics, kata, and kumite. So the first thing that those students are going to show you is a horse stance. As a matter of fact, let me introduce you. The black belt here is Matt O'Leary. This is Gene Russell and Walt Roth. And Matt's been with me for a while. All of them have been with me for a while. They get to you quite a bit. So the first thing that Master Funakoshi learned, well, actually, when he wanted to start learning karate, he was a very sickly child. So he went to a karate instructor. The instructor said he didn't want any students. Master Funakoshi was persistent, kept coming right back. So then the instructor told him, if you can hold this stance for 30 minutes, I'll teach you something new. So, kibarachi, right? Okay? So that's the basic stance in karate. It's called a horse stance, or kibarachi, right? So we practice everything that we do out of this stance. It makes the legs stronger, but staying in it for a half an hour also makes the mind stronger. So from here, hidori chokusu, right? Left hand out. Basic punching from horse stance. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Right? So that's called chokuzugi. And karate is an art of self-defense. So punching is offensive, so you have to learn how to block, right? So first block you would learn in Shotokan is called agyuke, or rising block. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. That's it, Chiju. That's it, alright? So that would be to protect your face. The next block is called soto uryuke, or outside forearm block. This is to protect the body. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. And finally, the block that probably is major to most males to protect the lower area is called Geidan Barai, downward sweeping block. Right? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Right? Hayame. So once you've started to get those blocks pretty consistently, and that stance very strong, then we'll move into what we call Zenkutsudachi, or forward stance. So you step back with your left leg, Geidan Barai. Okay? So those same techniques that they just did standing, they will do moving, right? So stepping forward, round them do three, like samba. Uizuki to the jaw, punch face. Ich, ni, san. That's it. So then to protect against that punch, you would step back and do agyuke, that rising block. Ich, ni, san. Right? Punching to the stomach now, chudan, right? Ich, ni, san. Stepping back, soto uruke, ichi, ni, san. Hayame. Straight up the line, that's it. Stepping back, morote girambarai, knees into the touch, right? So left leg back, double down block, okay? So hands up, chudan kamai. So in place. So you've seen some hand techniques, now we're going to show you some leg techniques. Kiki, alright? So in place, my getty to the chudan. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Moite, change leg. Same thing. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Now stepping forward, right? My getty chudan. Ich, ni, san. I turn, okay? Same. Ichi, ni, san. I want that. So, right where you are, make kibarachi. Horse stance. That's it. So now, hands to the side. Good. Stepping across, you just saw a front kick. Now they're going to show you a side thrust kick. Yoko geri kikomi. Right? Ichi, ni, san. I turn. Same thing. Ich, ni, san. I want that. Yes. go back to Zenkutsudachi. Right? Hands up, shiran, come on. Mawashi giri, roundhouse kick. Alright? 1、2、3。はい、待て。Same thing. 1、2、3。はい、待て。はい、やめ。はい、so stepping back, left leg, kokutsudashi shitoke. Right? Okay? So this is called a knife hand block into a back stance. You'll notice the stance has changed. Stepping forward, shitoke, and kokutsudachi. Right? 1、2、3. Right, stepping back, same thing, shitoke, but then shift to zenkutsudachi, gyakuzuki. Ready? 1, knife hand block, counter. 2、3. Hayame. So once you've mastered these techniques, they're not so much mastered, but you've learned them enough that you're proficient with them. Then you use them in what we call kata. Alright? So kata is like best explanation is like a gymnast floor routine. Alright? You're actually practicing your self-defense, but you don't have an opponent. You're having an imaginary opponent and you're doing techniques against them. So we're gonna have walk come out first. You gentlemen step back. Walt's a green belt, which in the Shotokan system, it's like a middle level belt. He's just at the middle of it, like a intermediate level. So he's going to show you Heian Sanda. You'll see some of the stances and some of the moves that they've already done. But you'll also see different things. Each one of these techniques that he's doing has a self-defense application. Yeah, man. Like that. Jade. So Jade is going to do for you a kata called Heian Goran. The kata that walked in was called Heian Sandan. Right? And the katas, there are 5 Heian katas. And the Heian katas come from Master Funakoshi. He was also a school teacher. So he wanted to bring the martial arts into the school system. So he developed these Heian katas. And he named them Heian after the Heian period in Japanese history because it was a peaceful period. So the name of the katas is Heian, which means if you learn these kata proficiently, you should be at peace with yourself and you should be able to handle any situation that comes at you. Right? So back up just a little bit. Back up. More. Right? Hand go down. Bow. Ayoi. Shrimp. The kata that Matt's going to do for you is called Nijushiho. It's a higher level black belt form. Nijushiho, 24 directions is what it means. So you're fighting at different angles. Right? Now, usually when we come out for these demonstrations, I have more of my students, but unfortunately there were a lot of things going on with summer, and my son isn't here. He got sick at the last minute, so I'm going to have to take his place, I think. So the kata that I'm going to perform for you is called Hangetsu. Right? So after you've learned Kata, key on basics, then we do sparring. I'm going to use Matt and Jim first. Step out. Yeah, so we'll communicate by invitation, right? So face each other back. Matt's going to step back with his right leg right down. Block, okay? They're good karateka, they just don't know their left from their right. Alright? He's going to tell Jaden, Jonah. And then I'm going to count. And he's going to punch at Jaden 3 times. Jaden's going to defend against that attack. And then he's going to count. That's right. Each. Knee. Some. Then because it was an invitation, Jaden's going to return the favor. Right leg back, okay? Tell you Jonah. Each. Knee. Some. That's it. Okay. And then Matt, right leg back, okay? Like Chuda. Each. Knee. Some. That's it. Like a man. Right leg back, Jaden, okay? Each. Knee. Some. Like a man. Like bow. So that's the most basic community that we have, right? So then Jaden bow and step out, walk step in. Wow. So after you've done 3 attacks sparring, we do what we call Ibon community. 1 attack, right? So Matt's going to attack first. And he's going to attack at different levels, but he's always going to let you know what he's doing. That's why it's called invitation, all right? So with your right leg, down block. Your other right leg, down. Right? Walk, you stand up. Matt's going to tell you he's going to punch at your face. You're going to block and count. Ready? Up. That's it. Now shoot out. Now Mike, get you shoot up. Okay. Now walk, right leg back. Okay? Same thing. Jonah. Shoot up. Mike, get you up. Ah, Mike. Front kick. Go back and do it again. Mike, get you up. That's it. Yes. Alright. Good. Sayame. Bob. You stay walk. So then once you've practiced these kinds of sparring, you know what's going on, how the person moves, what's happening. Right? Then we start to do jiwipo, or a little bit of freestyle. So I will very light. Don't know what to do. Right? So fighting stance. Right? So then you get to do what you feel natural for you. We'll go for about 30 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Just like. So they're playing, they're sparring. They call this play. You're trying to get in. Yes, that's it. Right. That's it. Yes. Play, the baby. Yes, hi. Yes. Ayame. Right, bow to each other. Bow front. Yes, hi. So, once you've done all these different things, you've learned basics, you've learned kata, you've learned kumite. Well, we can't hit each other like you would in a real self-defense situation. So what we do, we practice by using boards. Now they say back in the day when the Japanese army took over the island of Okinawa, they took away all the weapons from the Okinawans. So the Okinawans decided to make their bodies their weapons, and that's part of the birth of karate. So the armor that the Japanese wore was made out of ceramic wood. So they assumed that if you could get the wood, you could get your armor damaged. So when we practice something called tamashiwari, or the art of breaking. And we use boards. We can't use each other. Well, we could, but then we wouldn't have anybody to train left. So every technique that you use in the dojo, you should be able to do damage. And that's why we use these boards, right? So we're gonna let Walt go first.
Walt's going to do what we call knife hand strike. His hand like a sword. Right. Alright. Now he's going to do what we call Yatsuki, and he's using two boards. Head! Head! Sometimes it doesn't always work. Alright. Got a lot of wood, so we're just going to show you a few different things. Walt's going to do a side thrust. And that's when you use elbow strike. Hey, stop! Hey!
So, line up please. That concludes our karate demonstration. I'd like to thank you again for coming out for our ball. Stick around, there's a whole lot more to happen. We've got kendo, we've got drumming, we've got dancing, and I'm looking around at all the faces. I want to see all those faces out on the dance floor. Again, we'd like to thank you for allowing us to participate. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you so much, Sensei Owen.